clear weather right here in Arua City, and a lot probably we'll be expecting. Yesterday was a little bit cloudy, and you did see also, of course, a little bit of drizzles, and of course that went through, but it is also the best way, I should say. Maybe it's blessing because it's salary week, so people are expecting a lot of monies from their employees and the rest that are coming from, of course, from the employers, and employees will be expecting. So it's one of the biggest thing. It's 28th day of September. The month is coming to an end, and we're expecting to see a lot that will be coming. Owen Ezaga is my name. Of course, with me is Linda Susie, of course, and Benson Pastore. Linda, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Owen, and good afternoon, Benson, plus the whole team behind this production, and you're most welcome, viewer. Okay, you're live on West Nile Television, 477 with the Star Time Dish Decoder. You're live on West Nile Television, 00373, of course, that is the Zuko. Benson, what's up?
Yeah. It's going on so well. I've loved the way how, of course, you are describing the end of the month of September. It's ending so well, but sports-wise, is it ending so well for Uganda? Is it ending so well for some of the teams we follow in Europe? What about some of the teams that we follow in Ugandan football? How is it ending for them is actually what I'm looking at. Otherwise, things are going on well.
Now, of course, a lot of things happened in the due course of the day, right, that side of the East African, of course, when East Africa got the Pamoja Bida award yesterday in Cairo, of course, we are Egypt, and a lot that did also happen in the rest of the countries after this announcement came in right there. But before we get to that, FIFA Big League match day 2 will be coming right there. Of course, a lot of teams expected to go through, and teams are really in high gear, preparing in for this. Start times Uganda Premier League is also coming through first over this month, also first of next month, just like the Big League. That is also going to be some of the games that will be up to faster. But all in all, back to you, Benson. What do we have today?
Lugazi up against the team Ndeze University. The music still continues for the team of Ndeze University. In the first game they played, the actual swallowed so many goals that they got something like 3 goals as consolation goal, but still it could not earn a mere point for them. And also yesterday I thought it was going to be the time for them to revive and see that they pick something against Lugazi. Lugazi, the stubborn side, we have seen them ever producing good players, more especially the player who has just made a move to that, the team of Bull FC. I'm talking about Ogwete. Actually has been the second top scorer in the Star Times FIFA Big League last season, and he left them. Still they are a very strong side. Ndeze University, that means they still have got a lot to do to see that they survive in the league, and they should start now preparing to see that they get maximum number of points, because 2 games already played, and you have picked both defeats in the games you have played, and you have swallowed something of around 7 goals. That means they need to work in all the departments, right from the goalkeeping department up to maybe the attacking force. Though in the first game they played, they managed to put 3 into the back of the net, but yesterday they were beaten with the hands crossed. That means they still have something to do ahead of the new season of the Star Times FIFA Big League.
Yes, of course, a lot is happening, and we are expecting to see what exactly that will be like for Team Ndeze this time around at the Northern Ndeze. That we expect one of their former player, that is Solomon Akodi, who was at that is Calvary Football Club last season. But of course, Calvary got him from Ndeze University. Yes, seems to be one player who played yesterday in that defense line for that is Lugazi. He moved all the way from Yumbe to that is Lugazi to play their games right there. Susie, what are you rating the Lugazi team this season?
They're quite an energized team, I should say, and this time around they've come back bigger and rejuvenated, and they seem very focused on whatever it is ahead of to face the challenges that might come ahead of them. That is very evident in the most recent games that actually they have taken part in. And this Big League this time around, by the way, a lot of teams are coming up to surprise the world. There are these sides that we thought would come back bigger and beating all sides and all that, but no, they're not performing. Maybe it is too early yet to judge them. And then there are a lot of surprises, I think, that are yet to come up.
All right, let's wait and see what exactly that will be like. But all in all, are we expecting a very good Legacy team to still dominate? In their home, it's always very hard to get any win there. And Deja yesterday went to them and, of course, got the right thing they deserved, of course, from that side, because Legacy looks not really an easy side right there. And they are having a project of the stadium. Of course, their stadium seems to be one of the nicest. If you go in there, you will say, yeah, this is real big project that is there. They're trying to put roof, and of course the pavilion is there. So it gives you that, yes, they are football loving people. They have sponsors right there who are trying to put a lot in this team to see that this club gets to, that is the Elite League. Let's wait and see, bro, because we've seen very many clubs coming in from the Ginger side, yeah? We've seen Busoga United, we've seen teams like Bull Football Club, we've seen Bright Stars that are doing in there. So Legacy coming in there will add in a lot of competition in that region. And that's what I keep crying for West Nile Football Club probably to keep doing, because more clubs in your area brings a lot of revenue, brings in the competition in amidst the team, brings in what you as, of course, a person, as a club is supposed to do, because you know this is business. We need to do business, and business need competition. If you are the only business person, you feel it will be like I don't care. It's a one person's affair. The only thing is be a pioneer in this business, but get more competitions to come and add it. So that's how business is. So I will be very good if, of course, Legacy also pops up and gets into the Star Times Uganda Premier League to give competition out from that is the FUFA Big League right there. So it's one thing that is coming there. Are we expecting more games today?
There is no game today. Actually, games are bouncing back in the upcoming days of the week. Actually, the game we only had yesterday was that one between Legacy and Denze. Let me put something little on the competition part of it you have brought in. You know, of late football is starting to be a competition amidst the districts, the regions we have in the whole country. Every region is fighting to see that they actually send more clubs, more especially in the top areas, the second tier in Ugandan football, even the districts. That's why we have seen the recent city, the district you have mentioned, Jinja, they are fighting to see that they actually have more clubs in the Star Times FUFA Big League and also in the Star Times Uganda Premier League. Like you have said, how many clubs do we have in the region of West Nile? And if we may take a look at it, we narrow it to the city, Arua City, how many clubs do we have that are representing the city at the top tier level, and also in the Star Times FUFA Big League? It's a steep competition and it's a business, and for you to succeed in the business, you should not be staying with the hands class, you should be spreading your hands, and you see that you're competing very well with the rest of the regions and with the rest of the districts we have in the whole country.
All right, that's one of the biggest things that we should be expecting to see right there. But all in all, we want to say that yes, Legacy is doing good, and the rest of the teams we're expecting also performances from them right there. Now let's move away from there and look into what exactly happened yesterday after the East African community, of course, we awarded the rights or the hosting rights over the 2027 AFCON right there. We had said a lot of things about it. We talked about Osona, who talked about saying that Uganda seems not to be ready. It's that Kenya seems not to be ready. It's only Tanzania that he feels was ready, or that could be at least better to that standard. But all in all, yesterday, Patrice Mosope did also announce that Uganda wins this bid right there. First of all, Susie, how good is that for not Uganda, of course, East Africa?
East Africa. I think it's a very good one. Basically, I am looking at the tourism bit of it that will be highly raised, even revenues. There is East Africa, the three countries that will be involved. There is Tanzania, Kenya, and Uganda. And then also locally, I think a lot of natives will get the chance of seeing their stars one-on-one, not initially the football-wise. And then also it helps Team Uganda that was already thrown out to become now officially part of there is the games, the AFCON that will come in at 2027. I think it's a very good one and much bigger for there is Team Uganda, because the roads had closed, the lights had dimmed off on us Ugandans. I see the only hope was in Congo and Tanzania in the qualifiers down there, but then for Team Uganda it was already a case closed. So I think this is a very good one, and Ugandan the Cranes need to get on training to actually see to it that they won't shame the country. They really need to do a lot.
Should we say this is also going to be someone who has promoted Uganda to? Can the court even say that I've promoted Uganda?
You know, Owen Susie has already talked about the positive part of us hosting. In fact, the positive part of it, the East African countries co-hosting it. Let me take a look at the negative part of it. How prepared are they? Is the first thing, of course, I'm looking at. Yeah, we may say that, of course, we are hosting. It's going to give us that automatic slot as far as the AFCON is concerned. But do we have the facilities? That is the one aspect I'm looking at. Yeah, we may say we still have got 3 or 4 years for us to construct satisfied stadiums, and can we be able to do that one within a short period of time? And I've been thinking that constructing a stadium is not an easy thing like constructing or building a grass thatched house, because it is going to cost a lot. You have mentioned some of the countries that, of course, more especially Tanzania, at least they have 1 or 2 certified stadiums, but you talk about Uganda, they are still under process. You talk about Kenya is not having anything. Of course, it's going to put a lot of pressure on these countries to see that they actually construct certified stadiums, not even 1, not even 2, at least 3 of them, to see that at the end. And there is one thing I've also been thinking about. We never know at the end if we see that, if the Federation of African Football, they see that actually the 3 countries, they have not done much preparation. We may see the venues taken away from these 3 East African countries. It may be taken to another country, because before actually we won the competition, remember we had so many good countries that are having certified stadiums that we are in competition with us. We talk about Egypt, we talk about Senegal. We never know if we cannot do enough preparation, construct satisfied stadiums that can be verified by the federation towards the end, when the tournament will be about to start, maybe a year for the kickstart of the stadium. We may see our venue being withdrawn and given to some of the countries that, of course, have already prepared well as far as football fraternity is concerned. What am I trying to say here? Let me put it short in summary. It puts a lot of pressure on these countries, not only Uganda, not only Kenya, and also Tanzania, to see that within a short period of time, maybe in 2 years' time, this will be in person to impress the whole world. This will be in person to impress the federation, to see that at the end everything is verified and we remain as the co-host countries for the AFCON 2027.
Now, things that Uganda needs to, of course, look into, not only Uganda, the East African community has to look into around 4 or 5. One of them is we're talking about the redevelopment or developing the stadiums or the structures. I don't know whether you agree with me. 2,
yes.
Uganda needs to develop and upgrade the security in the ways of how football is run. 3, the health sector. Health sector is very, very big. Health and medical services needs to improve. Not only Uganda, but all the East African community. The organization efficiency has to grow up. Of course, they need to put now high gears to see that this goes on. The financial capability, because there are a lot of things that are going to be needed, and Uganda has to make sure, and East Africans, Kenya and Tanzania need to make sure that they need to fulfill. Funds, engagement and experience. It's going to be first of its kind experience that will be coming right there, and you will be expecting different type of funds that will be coming in there. So you will have to engage in this funds engagement and the first experience that will be coming right there. Media and broadcasting. It's not that everybody is just going to go there for. They need to have those measures in all this. Maybe I will be going to Tanzania, Kenya to go for these games, but how do I go? If West Nile TV says, Benson, you're the one going to Kenya, Susie, you're the one going to Tanzania, oh, and you're covering Uganda, what are we going to do? So Uganda, all these organizing bodies have to do that. Then the compliances with the CAF regulations, that of course these are the measures to be followed. Otherwise it's very easy for CAF to say, now I've withdrawn this, let a ready country host this. It's very simple. That needs to start from now. Then the government support. How much has government given support to? Yes, we have seen at least government has given support to push this. All the 3 governments here in the Ugandan, Republic of Uganda, Republic of Kenya and Tanzania all have ganged up to see that this works out. Now, are they still going to give this? Environmental consideration is also key in this. Then the legal frameworks has also to come in there. How will the setup look like? How exactly will this be? Because if you remember at Olembe Stadium, when the getting ready ceremony came in there, you will see, yes, this is how exactly it is. So, then the hospitality and the tourism sectors. Very many will come for adventure. They will want to go to these tourism sites. Uganda, yes, we know it's part of Africa, but how good are the roads? How have you arranged? All those things will be coming. Volunteer management. There are people who will come as volunteers. How do you manage them? All those are some of the things that you could be talking about.
The first thing I am looking at is, of course, how these three countries, they are going to coordinate with each other. Then they need that coordination, that friends who amidst themselves to see that they come up with a very good coordination such that everything can work out. And the three sectors actually you mentioned, do we have the satisfied stadiums that can be verified and approved by the federation? Yes, we may say yes or no. And how are we going to come up with them is also another thing we are looking at. Actually, the preparation started yesterday immediately after the news was revealed. And we have seen only one president so far has already spoken. That is the president of the Republic of Tanzania. Is saying that he's actually ready and is going to see that actually good satisfied stadiums are constructed within a space of 2 years, and there are some of the presidents, Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, His Excellence, and also the president of Kenya, they are still quiet about it. It's not only going to be the federation from these three countries fighting for it alone. They need support from the government, like you said. It's all about how they are going to coordinate the three governments. How are they going to coordinate amidst themselves? And at the same time, the three federations, how are they going to coordinate? Like you have said, you have mentioned a point at the end, we never know. Since it's a bid from the three East African countries, at the end, one or two may say that for us we have given up, and that one will come towards the end, and the Federation of African Football at the end will say, since you are not prepared, we are now taking it to another country. We may be happy right now, but the focus is, can we be able to handle everything? Security-wise for Uganda, I may say 70% we okay, but the other sectors you mentioned, stadiums, satisfied stadiums, I should say we are still 20%. You talk about hospitality part of it. I know Ugandans, they're always friendly, but the rest of the things, this is a huge work for the whole of
just to give you on stadium issues, Uganda, people are looking at, hey, Nachivubo won't host, that is the AFCON qualifier, the AFCON, because it's an artificial turf, and it has been ruled out to host the games. So it's an artificial turf. They need the natural grass. Now, the name that has been put there is Leaders Akiwa Stadium, and a place, I think, in Hoima, somewhere there. So Nachivubo, leave it out. There's Nambole, there's, yes, Akiwa. How long will it take? How long will it take for Akiwa to develop, to come in? I think that's an opportunity for leader people. But again, how fast are they going to push this?
I think the only sectors that I am seeing we are good in is the tourism bit of it. There is no doubt, and then the hospitality bit of it that Benson also had earlier on talked about. But then when it comes to the health sector, I don't even see us going there. I don't see any improvement coming in within the 2 years.
I will fly them
because,
to Nairobi.
because basically we have only 2 years to these games. And then the stadium...
But we have the famous Mulago.
And then, excuse me, what is there? Yeah, it is famous, yes, but on ground, if you go there, man, it's very pathetic.
Maybe it is because of us here, but those who will be coming, they will attend to them.
Like you said, maybe they'll be flown somewhere, evacuated, you never know. And then also, I was looking at the roads. You were talking about Akibwa. Will everyone be flown to Akibwa? I am looking at most of the people using the road. So even if they have an airfield, will everyone be able to? The roads also need to be worked on.
Now, Engineer Moses Magogo said 9 games. That's a big achievement. 9 games that will be here for Uganda. I think this is a good development coming in Uganda, because it is going to force Ugandan government to make sure that the roads are worked upon in these different places. I wish one comes at Arua now. Where will we take it? At Green Light Stadium. And then we have the roads that will probably needs to be worked upon, because now why I'm saying Uganda, it will be in Arua, because we have the in fact the airport here. We have the unfinished stadium. Why don't they come and finish? Then we could also see now the roads, because going to Kampala, it takes these days someone 10 hours to reach from Arua to Kampala.
From the usual 6 hours.
So now this would have improved, but I think it adds in more weight that you're going to be seeing developments coming through with the infrastructures going to be added in these places, and I think it adds in value. It adds in value. Let's leave that there. You look at the same Pamoja bid, Magogo Engineer really pushed for it, I should say. The president of the Republic of Uganda, His Excellency Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, Timo Hagulwa, said that it is one of his biggest achievements also to see that this comes in there. But now 9 games in Uganda, because Uganda is going to be, they have failed to qualify. Okay, Uganda has failed to qualify, but automatically, because they are the host, they are going to be there.
No more mathematics.
So there's no more mathematics, only they need to prove themselves. Now the worst part is in our group, if we are given things like
you have said, coming to the game part of it, it's now also a pressure on these 3 countries, because they are the co-hosts.
Automatic, they qualify.
Yeah. Leaving aside the qualification part of it, now going to the game part of it, the tournament part of it, people will be expecting a lot from them. Uganda, the Ugandans will be expecting a lot from them. And if Uganda is knocked out, because with the win, the Ugandans will be consoling our hearts with the performance of Kenya. Or is that one of Tanzania?
No, just imagine Uganda is off, and you're still a host. They are playing in your home ground. How do you feel?
You know, Africa, with the Ugandans, we may start throwing this. You now get out of our country.
And I was also looking at, we talked about the infrastructure bit of it coming through. Just look at this, we have only 2 years. I am looking at should the work creeping in somewhere because of the rushy bit of infrastructure development. By
because
the way,
we're in 2023, right? We have 4 years to go. 2023, 2024,
4, 5, 6,
2024,
3 years.
3 years to go.
3 years.
In 3 years, the World Bank is saying Uganda there's no money. Oh God. So taxes have to increase. Automatically we have to start paying more taxes maybe to do this, because where are we going to borrow the money? Normally these works are done and more monies are borrowed from World Bank.
Me, I was thinking that I want to be surprised if some of these games, maybe Uganda, Kenya will shift some of the games they are supposed to host to Rwanda, because Rwanda,
they are not there in the Pamoja bid.
they are not there, but Rwanda will act as the home country.
Do you think Rwanda is also happy because they are not hosting?
They are not. I expected them to be in the list, because you take a look at all these East African countries. Rwanda is in the list.
Maybe they didn't show interest.
At least they have at least 2 or 3 satisfied stadiums. The recent one has been Pele Stadium. At least I expected them to be in the list if they were to be.
But
in the list.
Owen, is there a way of bringing in Rwanda to assist the 3 co-hosts? They have certified stadiums.
That is the point I am trying to come up with.
Why did Rwanda come before?
They are not interested, and Uganda will have to take the game to their stadium.
Rwanda doesn't want your dirtiness there. That is Rwanda, because they are.
I think these 3 countries just went there to try their capability.
Maybe because they love sports.
They got surprised that actually they were taken up. Now the repercussion is coming back.
It is South Sudan, it is Rwanda that we are still trying to bring to the East African community. So maybe it's not yet complete.
For them,
but initially they had qualified. South Sudan and Rwanda, I thought they were part of the East African community.
They are part of
it. As they didn't show a lot of interest.
On the map right now, we still see East Africa is the 3 countries.
Okay,
Uganda, Kenya,
but the 3 countries can write to their neighbors to at least come into help, to come to their aid, because this is going to be hard.
How long has Nachivo taken to be constructed? And how long will... Now, for Akibo is even worse. Because there's nothing. Even, I was there last week. You would even see that now they need to go first level that pitch, plant new grass, which is possible, watering every day. But it needs to be done now. That means teams like Black Spar will lose place to play in.
Leaving aside the construction of Native, but even the mere rehabilitation of Nambole has become a difficult thing. That's why I'm saying towards the end, when we shall be only left with the 1 year, whereas some months for the tournament to kickstart, I won't be surprised if these countries, where some of them will...
Engineer Moses Magogo said, we are a sure deal, we shall be there. Thank God Patrice Musope did not say anything wrong. He has given them the chance. Let's prove. Fail at your own risk. Not now the CAF. Don't blame the CAF. We have given you. That is what they will be saying. But at last, Uganda has to really, I'm still doubting my Uganda. I'm a patriotic Ugandan. But where are we going to get that money? I think it's there, okay? If it's there, how fast are we going to do it? Then you need to employ you need to contract once again the army that completed the move.
It's like your parents telling you to go to a powerful school at the end. Once you reach there, they will start to panic whether they can be able to pay the school fees. That's what they have been thinking.
Fans experience. How will fans experience be like? Like are you expecting a lot of numbers that will be coming in this?
Of course, massive turn up of the members. The numbers, like you said, it's going to be the first of its kind. We are hosting it, and I remember the last time, of course, the tournament was hosted here in the countries almost 50 years ago. This is something the fans have been yearning for it. For the fans, it's not
hosted where?
Hosted in East Africa, 1976.
I thought it was Uganda.
Not in Uganda, not in one of the countries in East Africa. The fans are yearning for it. Even me personally, I am yearning for it.
Okay.
For the part of the fans, it's not a very big deal. But the pressure goes back to the federation, back to the government, whether they can be able to do anything. For the fans, they are just waiting for the day to come. In case it fails, they will take the blame back to the government and also to the federation.
I am seeing a lot of trolling on Twitter. I don't know if you guys have landed on that. A lot of trolling for Ugandan teams, and seeing people putting in maybe Mo Salah after training, so on. So it's quite getting real, by the way, with the trolls you get. That's why I said we shouldn't be surprised. One of you said when we're almost towards this, the whole thing is withdrawn.
Okay, we are the host. Which players will play for us is also now?
We still have got so many years, 4 years,
lot of work.
4 years. Maybe towards the end of 2016.
I think we need to call back some players who retired.
but there will be ace.
Aaron Tujale is also
All right,
retired.
let's wait and see how exactly this will be. But I think it's a good one for that is Uganda. The president of the Federation of Uganda Football Association, Mr. Engineer Moses Magogo, Honorable, said that, of course, we need to embrace this. Honorable sir, we're embracing that. We feel this is a good idea because it's one thing that is bringing in revenue to the country. It's bringing in revenue to East Africa. It's bringing in revenue to that is the country itself right there now. Of course, business people or businessmen need to start doing work right now. If you are still in a first, is there first class? Okay, 5-star, no, 2-star, I don't know, 1-star. You go to 3-star, 4-star, 5-star, because those are they want 5-star and above where these people will be sleeping.
How many 5 stars do we have in Uganda?
I don't know, assessment we need to do, but it is there.
Yeah, they're there, I know, but they should be very few.
They will accommodate, they have very many rooms.
What I know is we, the Ugandans, for us, accommodation is not a very big deal for us.
Are you sure?
You remember
It's not a big deal, but
now let me start
the
with
room
Arua here,
says
where we
5
are.
star.
Arua, you go even, right now people come and still go and sleep in these other kafundas because the quality they want is not here. There are few people and you find all these rooms full.
Why am I saying so? Let me defend my point. Maybe for the other fans that they are getting from the other countries, but for us who are within the country, I remember I'm saying this one because I try to flash back to what happened in the FUFA drum. if the games tomorrow, even the fans can
Drum
go
is a national league.
and they
We are
can
talking
see-
about
That's all. The
international.
accommodation bit we are talking of is not for the natives,
Okay,
it's
okay.
for the visitors
Okay,
that will be
it's
jetting
like-
in the
it's
Even
like
these
country.
people who are here will be sleeping in their homes.
But for us here, the Ugandans, the love we have for the soccer and the tournament, it alone.
People abroad are coming. To someone who came, who was like, I've never found even a good, comfortable bed in Uganda. I was like, okay, Uganda, Uganda. But all in all, what am I trying to say? That Uganda, we need now to improve and put these things to the standards.
We have a
because
lot of
we're having
work
a
to
lot
do.
of things to do right now. And if you look at what exactly we need to put, even the costings may go a little bit higher now. So it is going to be one big thing upon you to put in there. I will not want you to go and sleep in these other kafundas where I'm going to say. Even you see,
And you spoil the brand.
that means if Western TV is going to send you to Tanzania, just know your budget is in a lot of monies that you're supposed to be facilitated for a week. Unless you're going to tell me, people, they are going to play game at Nambole and they should come and sleep in Arua, one of the hotels. Then they jet, I don't know, the way that they jet off from here to, it's going to be costly.
That's not possible.
So those are some of the things we're trying to see, but I think it's a very good one. And Mr. Ogwal, Peter, was very happy, very, very happy for that. He is placed there. Of course, he's of course in a background of that is a team. What is the team? Blacks Power. So he's one of the guys, the sports minister, who of course is behind that club. So all in all, I want to say it is a good idea. It is a very good move for Uganda, Tanzania, and Kenya. But only one thing: let's do the right